guys, Laura here. I'm here to just start another reading vlog. Normally I'm a very monogamous reader and I read one book at a time just because I normally don't like reading too many stories at once just because I'm always afraid I'm going to mix up plots and stuff. But because I recently started a book club and I'm reading a much longer books, I'm in the middle of reading like 3 different books or 4 different books if you count the audiobook that I'm listening to. So I'm gonna make this my reading vlog for the second half of July. It's just started, so I'm gonna try to do these maybe once every 2 weeks. So I'm gonna go over what I'm reading. This is the large print edition, but I'm on page 328 out of, I think it's let's see, 638. So I'm 50% way through. So this is The President is Missing. I am really intrigued by this book a lot. When I was younger, when I was in high school, I used to read a lot of James Patterson because I liked his mysteries. But this concept just sounds really interesting. The President is Missing. And I'm about 50% way through it. It's actually super interesting. I think that you could definitely tell that this was written by a former president, Bill Clinton, because it's just there's something that only he would know. And I'm really intrigued by it. It's definitely more of a fast-paced thriller. And I'm curious to see how the story turns out, what it actually comes. But you could tell that it's definitely loosely inspired by some current political events, which I think is super intriguing. I'm really liking it so far. It's just a massive book, but this is also a 14-day hold for my library, so I really need to move my butt through this book. But I also can't carry it anywhere with me, to work and stuff, and when I go to yoga and stuff. So this book is more a home book, but I have been watching a lot of Greek. So during the commercials, I've been reading this. But so far, I really like it. And I think you could definitely see just the slight touches of a president, what stuff only Bill Clinton would know. And I always really like James Patterson's mysteries. So this is the first book that I'm in, and I'm 50% way through. Also, I have finally started Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. This goes with my Time Warp Book Club. And I am right about time to start chapter 6. And I'm enjoying it so far. You could definitely tell this is a book set in the time of our lives when the hero character was really popular. And I really love the world. I think the world in this is the highlight. And I think the first 2 chapters was set up, and you can kind of call that even from the back. But I really like the Darkling, and I don't normally love villains, or if he's a villain, I don't even know what he is right now, but I'm really liking it, and I'm about to start chapter 6, but I want to chat about it with the book club before I move on. But yeah, so far the world's really good. I like the magic system. It kind of reminds me a little bit of mages and the storm magic in the Cora Carmack series that I cannot rage. What's the first book? Roar. It kind of reminds me a little bit of their magic system, but yeah, I'm really excited to keep reading. I'm also listening to The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson. I just finished reading Save the Date by Morgan Matson. I did really like that book, but it definitely was not my favorite. I normally love books that have a little bit of self-discovery in them and focus heavily on that, and I did like that, but I just wanted a little bit more romance because I felt like it was definitely a subplot, and I really like the guy that she was romantic with, so I wanted a little bit more of him. But I'm going back to The Unexpected Everything, which is a book series, a book that I adored. I flew through it. We're also reading that for the Time Warp Book Club. That's in that link will be below. So if you're interested in tagging along to that read, make sure you go check that one out. And the book that I just started because I went to yoga this morning is The Royals by Rachel Hawkins. I am on page 22 in this book. It's just super fun. That's the only, I'm 22 pages in. Basically, her sister is marrying the Crown Prince of Scotland, and I guess hilarity ensues. So that's literally all the things that I'm reading right now. I am going to try to make some serious progress on The President is Missing tonight, and I have to do a bunch of cleaning and a bunch of filming for next week. So I'm going to check in tonight, but I think I'm going to go and I'm going to try to tackle a little bit more of this when I go for my bike ride, just because that book's kind of just big to lug around. But I will check in later. Bye. Lori here. I'm checking back in. It is Friday. I am between my 2 jobs of the day, and I wanted to check in about my reading progress. So I actually made some progress on on The President is Missing. I am now on page 424. This is a monster of a book. It's definitely a thriller, and basically, I don't want to give too much away because this is a book that you really kind of want to go into totally blind. But it's basically about this president, and at the start of this book, he is dealing with he makes a decision that the rest of the world and the government looks at as kind of suspicious, but he really can't get into why he made this choice, and that leads to him facing basically a catastrophic thing that basically the America has never seen. And I mean, it's really engrossing, and I think, like, considering the times we currently live in, it's like super interesting, like, to just see, like, oh my god, if this threat was real, what would happen? There's like a bunch of different perspectives that you get, which are all really, really interesting. And I just like the fact that I know a former president wrote this, because I think that the book is super realistic. But overall, I'm really liking it. And hopefully, as I said earlier, I have to read this in 14 days. So I really need to get a move on. But I only have like 200 pages left. And this is the large print edition. So the real book, I think, is 400 pages. This is 600. But overall, I'm really liking it. Today, the kids at the gym were chaotic, but I was able to make a little bit more progress on Rule Royals by Rachel Hawkins. Now I'm on page 68. And basically what this book is about this girl named Daisy, and her sister is set to marry the Scottish heir. But when her sister Daisy winds up getting into a little bit of trouble with the tabloid, she has to go to Scotland, and it totally wrecks her summer. And that's literally all that I've read so far. But there is like tabloid articles that like frame the book, which I really like. Overall, I really like it. It's definitely a cute read. Once I actually am finished with this book, like honestly finished with this book, I will make a lot more progress on this. But I just know I have to finish this first. But overall, that is my reading update for those. I am also still reading Shadow and Bone, but I cannot listen to read my next set of chapters because I have to talk about with the book club. And I am listening to The Unexpected Everything, but again, I need to wait to talk to my book club before I move on. But overall, that is my update for my reading, and I will try to check in tonight. It might actually be tomorrow morning when I come back home from seeing Ant-Man. So we'll see you guys later. Bye. Laura here. Sorry, I am back. It is Sunday. Yesterday was Saturday, and I did not get home till really late, so I didn't wind up checking in. I should have, but I didn't. I apologize. Yesterday was a little bit crazy. The kids at the gym were chaotic. I went to go see Ant-Man and the Wasp, which is actually really, really good. I really, really liked the movie, and I was impressed by it. But last night, I did wind up finishing the 2 books that I was in the middle of reading. I did find a completing The President is Missing by Bill Clinton and James Patterson. This was a really like interesting concept for a novel. I really enjoyed it. I gave it like 3.5, 4 stars. I thought the thriller was really, really interesting. The title is a little bit intriguing, like what actually occurred in this novel. But I thought the threat that they faced was really realistic, and it's like scared me a little bit, and that sometimes makes a really good thriller. But I definitely could see Bill Clinton's touch because he obviously held this office, and James Patterson writes really compelling mysteries, so you could definitely see their interaction as writing partners. But I really liked it. I thought that it was a really fresh, new book, and it was fun. So if you're looking for kind of a massive thriller, I will say that. I mean, I got the large print, so I think the normal book's like 400 pages. I'd recommend it. James Patterson is like very verbose in his descriptions, and I sometimes get a little bit lost in those details, especially with political thrillers, because I am not the most politically savvy person in the world. But overall, I really liked it, and I gave it 3.5 stars, and I would definitely consider checking out more in this realm of political thrillers in the future. Also wound up finishing Royals by Rachel Hawkins, and I read most of this during my break between work and when I went to go see Ant-Man, but I thought that this was like an adorable read. I thought it was so fun. I really enjoyed it. I think I'm more leaning towards 3.5 stars. I felt like I really liked it. I thought that it was just like a fun read, but it was a little bit hard to become emotionally connected to the characters in this novel. I always felt there was like a wall separating us. I really did like the love interest. I thought he was super cute. I loved all the representation that we got, which I really didn't expect in a novel like this. And I'm so curious to see who the lead character in book 2 is. There's like a little bit of like theorying who it possibly could be. But I definitely would like either Flora or Sebastian or someone else. But I really did like Miles in this, and I really did like Daisy. I liked the interactive elements with the news articles, like separating the chapters. It was just super fun, and I was really happy about it, and I liked it. So I will definitely be checking out book 2 when it comes out next year, or whenever it does wind up coming out. But it was just like a really fun, beachy read. If you're looking for kind of just a fun read, and if you're in the mood to read more about royals and you really like the royal wedding, this might be a fun read for you, because I found it really cute. I think I mentioned this in one of my earlier videos. I did start my own book club group online, but I'm also a part of like a bunch of other ones. And the one that I'm most likely to be involved in or participate in the stuff is TBR and Beyond. I do a little bit in Life and Lit in the other ones, but TBR and Beyond is the one that I always do the summer challenge for. So they have a summer challenge on. If you go to TBR and join, you guys can join it. And you had to like roll a dice, and when you roll a dice, you get to like pick a book based on that category. So my first category was a blue book. My second category was a book that had a luscious cover or a gorgeous cover. So I wound up picking up Sea Witch by Sarah Hennen. This is an Epic Reads book. I think it comes out the beginning of this month, but I really liked it. I've read To Kill a Kingdom, I think I read it in February of last year or this year, and I really loved it. That was my first ever Little Mermaid retelling, and I really enjoyed it. And I'm literally 44 pages into this book. I was reading it on my breaks during work and stuff, but I'm really liking it. It's basically about this girl named Evie. And 4 years ago, her best friend drowned, and they never found her. But she lives in a small fishing community, and she has some magic that no one really understands. But one day, when she's friends with this prince, and when this prince suddenly winds up being drowned, someone saves him, and the person looks suspiciously like her best friend Anna, who died. And I think this is like supposed to be like an Ursula retelling, so I'm definitely really excited. I feel like once I actually sit down and really attack this book, I could probably finish it in like 2 days, because it's just so atmospheric, and I really want water books. I have a bunch of water books on my TBR this month, but this is the one that just stood out to me. So I'm going to go. I'm also going out tomorrow, so I'm going to like meet up with a friend of mine. So I might wind up bringing my vlogging camera and wind up vlogging a couple of the bookstores that we go to. I'm not really sure. I'm definitely going to vlog next week, because I'm going to go to Epic Reads Day as well. So I'm probably going to bring the camera then. I don't know if they're going to let us film, but I will definitely check in maybe tomorrow night when I come home if I don't wind up vlogging, and just let you guys know my thoughts. But right now I have to go do some posting and some videos for you guys for this week. I am finally getting into the mid-year wrap-up tags and stuff, so I want to film those for you guys. But yeah. Right now I'm on page 44 of Sea Witch, and hopefully tomorrow on my train rides I can make some serious progress in this book. That is the goal. But so far I'm really liking it. I just want to sit down and dive into it. And I'm also still reading Shadow and Bone, which is for my book club, and I have to read 5 more chapters this week, and then I have to listen to 5 more chapters of The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson. And I'm also in the middle of listening to The Dark Prophecy by Rick Riordan. And that is the second book in his the Apollo series, and I really want to finish listening to that, so not only that I can also start The Burning Maze, which I heard is epic. I also really want to re-listen to The Cruel Prince so I can start Wicked King. But those are my reading plans. I will definitely check in tomorrow, hopefully, if I don't get home too late. I don't think I'll get home too late. And I'll let you guys know how much more progress I made and what's my next book, if I make as much progress as I think I will in this book tonight. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Bye. Hi guys, Laura here again. Obviously, I am back, and I wanted to give you more of my thoughts about Sea Witch. I am like 212 pages in, and it's becoming a little bit more apparent to me who the Sea Witch is in this novel and who really is Ursula. But I'm still really loving it. I love the world building. I think that the world building in this is so well done and so well crafted. I'm still really enjoying the relationship between Anna and Evie, and I also am liking the way that the book is structured, is that you are currently in the present, but there are like past sequences you get that are from like various people's point of views. You get it from like Anna's point of view, you get it from Nick's point of view, and then you get it from her love interest's point of view. And those perspectives are super unique. And again, it's like an onion. You learn a little bit more about that story every single, like that night, every single time you get one of these sections. But I'm really liking it so far. It's definitely like a perfect beach or summer read because like you can almost feel the mermaids coming up. But I really like it, and I would really love one day, depending on how this book ends, I would love to see a book told from the other character's perspective, like the Ariel in this story, because I think that that would be super unique. But I will definitely give you guys my more thoughts maybe tonight when I come home from yoga, but still really liking it, and I'm really enjoying it. I think I've finally settled on who I think the Sea Witch is, because it was a little bit curiouser at the start of this book, but I think I'm settled on who I think it is, and we will see at the end if I'm actually accurate. But overall, I'm really liking it and can't wait to finish this book, hopefully today, if not tomorrow. Hi guys, Lori here. I promised I would check back in with Sea Witch, and it is 7:50 on Tuesday night, and I am about 258 pages into this book, and I'm really intrigued. I will say that. Like, I'm really intrigued to see how this story is going to end. At the start of this book, I did say that it's very easily a Little Mermaid retelling and like an Ursula origin story retelling, but there's two girls and you really don't know which girl is going to wind up being which, and I'm super intrigued now to see like who it is. I think I might actually be right with my prediction, which is so cool. But I'm loving the flashbacks we're getting because we're getting them through different characters' point of view when the present stuff is all told from Evie's point of view. But I really like it. I'm really hopeful that I can finish this tonight. I only have like 100 pages left, so I'm hopeful that after I watch The Bold Type, which I love, it's a freeform show, I can make some progress on this and then move on to my next book. But so far, I'm really enjoying it, and I can't wait to give you guys my non-spoiler thoughts in this video when I'm done. So I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Bye. Guys, Laura here. I promised to check in. Sorry, my hair is a little bit messed up. I just got back from the city where I met up with my friend Jen from Bella Fairy Tale. And I wanted to give you guys a small update on Sea Witch by Sarah Hennen. This book does not come out till the end of July, but I was involved in a trade, and this was my prize from that. And I'm about 160 pages into this, and I'm like super intrigued. It's definitely like a really, really fun summer read because it basically follows this girl named Evie, and about 4 years ago, her best friend Anna died in swimming, but she's actually a witch. And in this, like a witch with powers, but in this society, witches are like outlawed and can't really practice. But all of a sudden, 4 years later, a girl comes that looks eerily like her and basically is a mermaid. And it kind of sends her world kind of in like an interesting direction. You could definitely tell that one of these characters is going to wind up being Ariel and one of these characters is going to wind up being Ursula. But it's kind of a little bit iffy, like who's gonna be who, and I'm super intrigued. I'm really liking seeing the character from Evie's head, and there are moments that I think that she's definitely Ariel, and there are moments I think that Anna's definitely Ariel. So it's definitely like it's like definitely like a double play. Like I feel it could at this point it could go either way. Who's really gonna be Ariel and who's really gonna be Ursula? But I'm really enjoying it. I read this on the train. Both ways, and it was just like a really, really fast-paced read, and I'm just liking it so far. So I will definitely check in at the end and tell you if my prediction was right. I won't tell you who I think who's who because I don't want to like spoil it when I do my review of it, but I will tell you if at the end I was right or if I was wrong. But that's my check-in for tonight. I also got a bunch of books that I can't wait to show you guys in my haul, which I will do probably at the end of next week. I did some book shopping as well, which I probably shouldn't have done, but it was super fun. And I got to see The Incredibles 2 with my friend Jen, and that was really exciting. But I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a quick update on Sea Witch, and hopefully by tomorrow I will have made some more progress on this book and can give you guys my more thoughts. But I'll check in with you guys tomorrow. Bye. Guys, I'm back to finish this specific reading vlog. I will be starting another one tomorrow, but I did wind up finishing Sea Witch by Sarah Hennen. This book was really, really good. I loved it. I would probably give it like 5 stars. I really enjoyed this. I thought it was so well crafted. And yeah, it's definitely like an interesting read. I read the last 100 pages last night because I literally could not wait to finish it. It was so well crafted. The world was so interesting. This is definitely an Ursula retelling, but you could definitely see hints of a Little Mermaid story and of a princess story. It was just really, really well done. I would love to see a book set in this world following like a different character because you do technically get like a Little Mermaid character, but I would love to see Little Mermaid like another iteration of Little Mermaid in this world, and you'll get that more when you like read the book. But it was really, really well done. I loved how the book was told through like a present timeline, but then you kept getting flashbacks, and the flashbacks that you got was like an onion, so the story made a lot more sense. My ultimate prediction was true in a sense, but also totally wrong in another sense. I love this book. I thought it was so well done. If you're looking for a perfect beach read, this is great. This comes out the end of the month, I think. But oh my god, it was just so well done, and I really, really enjoyed it. I will be posting like my non-spoiler thoughts on my blog towards the end of the month, so be sure you go check out that. But it was just really, really fun. I like the characters. I thought the nods to Little Mermaid were really interesting. I like how we got like a satisfying conclusion to this story, but I could also see us getting more stories set in this world in the future. It was just so well done. I really liked it, and I am so happy. This is the first C book I picked up since To Kill a Kingdom, and I love To Kill a Kingdom, and I really like this one. I have a bunch of C books on my TBR for the rest of this month and next month as well, so hopefully I like them equally as well. But this was definitely a highlight. Then, going along with my Time Warp book club, I actually made more progress, and I got up to chapter 11 in Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. I really love this world. I think the world is so fascinating. You could definitely tell it's a very, very easy read. The world is so well explained. It's definitely, there's like elements of a magic school here. The characters are really diverse. I just like it. I think it's really, really fast paced, and I'm already on 152 in this. So hopefully next week I'll make a little bit more progress, but it's really good, and it's really like easy to fly through my chapters. And if I really wanted to, I could probably binge this in like a day if I really wanted to. So yeah, it's really, really fun. So this is my wrap up for this week. So what I wound up finishing reading is I found up finishing reading The President is Missing, The Royals, and Sea Witch, and I made progress on The Unexpected Everything and Shadow and Bone. And the book that I am going to start tonight is Darkest Legacy by Alexandra Bracken. This book comes out the end of the month. This is the novel that comes after the Darkest Mind series. It follows Zu as the lead character. I have not even started this book, but I'm really excited to dive into it, and that will be what my next reading vlog that I start tomorrow focuses on, so be sure you guys check that out. But overall, I've been having a really good reading week, and I hope you guys are too. Let me know in the comments if you've read these books, what are your thoughts, and also, what have you been reading? And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.